So, okay, can you hear me now? All right, this story is true. It is 90% true. And it's a nice little Halloween story. So everybody agrees Halloween is just for kids, right? No, we all adults love Halloween. We love to dress up in some sexy female pirate costume or some scary monster costume and be somebody else for a night. And in my neighborhood, adults go all out. I mean, the houses are decorated, but you can tell the houses where there are no kids, they go way, way out. When I moved to this house, my next door neighbor was the minister, the assistant minister for the Greek Orthodox Church. And he was crazy for holiday decorations. And Halloween was one of his best, giant pumpkins and spooky ghosts and monsters. It was silly, but it was fun. Now, a few years ago, when I retired, I started taking a daily walk of 2 miles every morning. And so I really got to see up close some of these houses that they really go all out for decorations. And again, not just for kids. One of them is this gay couple. They put on their spiders on pulleys and they have wires that rats go down and they project Boris Karloff movies on their front window. I mean, it's just wonderful. But my favorite scary house was the one that was done by the Duckman. Now, he had a lot of decorations, skulls, and he had groans and moans coming from inside the house. But the scariest thing, the thing that scared the shit out of me, was up on his roof on an old antenna was a demon horseman, like the apocalypse. And he had black rags and he was hooded, looked like he was carrying something, and he was on a horse. And it just scared the shit out of me. It was just amazing. He was my favorite one. Now, the reason he was called the Duckman is because he kept pet ducks. In his front yard, he had 4 pet ducks who were trained to stay there. They never flew off. They never walked off. Those ducks were there every day. He told me he had a bunch of ducks in the back. But I would take my walk every day, and I really looked forward to hearing the little quack, quack, quacks. And the ducks had a little swimming pool, and I named them. There was Donald, Quackers, Peggy Sue, and Dave. And that was just a really special part of my daily walk. And I talked to the duck man, and he says, you know, those ducks, they just love to eat. I give them lettuce, cabbage, and the wife says I need to give them kale, but I don't like the kale, and they don't like the kale. One day, Duckman confessed that he was very sick. He didn't say what it was, but I think it was cancer. He looked okay, but you never know. So last year, late summer, I noticed the ducks were not outside. I go around 8:30 in the morning. So I thought, well, maybe he's just letting them out later in the day. So I started coming around 11:30, but I didn't see him for weeks. I saw one of his neighbors out gardening, and I asked about the old man. He said, oh, I'm sorry, the old man died. Oh, I was just heartbroken. He was a sweet old guy. And I kept walking by in case I thought maybe his wife would let the ducks out. And then I saw her one day. She was putting out men's clothes on the curb for giveaway, you know, like they do in neighborhoods. And I went up to her and I said, oh, I'm so sorry. I hear your husband passed. And she says, it was his own damn fault. He never took care of himself. He deserved what he got. I can't have any time for these stupid ducks. I'm going to get rid of him. And he just went on and on. Whew. I felt bad that the Duckman had such a mean wife. And in the last days of his life, he had to put up with that. I mean, how bad can a man be if he has ducks? I kept passing the house and hoping I would hear little quacks from Peggy Sue or Dave, but I didn't. Well, the following Halloween, I walk around in the evening to enjoy all the decorated houses. And my friend Patrice lives across the street from the gay couple who puts on that beautiful show. So I go down there and we stand and have a couple of drinks of wine, watch the show. And I decide to walk by the Duckman's house on the way home. You know, a lot of the decorations had been taken down. Most of them have been taken down since he died. I didn't know what I expected. The wife didn't really seem to have a sense of fun at all. But when I get there, I see that horseman, that demon horseman on the roof, on that antenna, riding a horse and in black rags. And it's really rocking and moving, which would be fine, but it was no wind at all. I didn't really understand that. And I didn't really remember seeing those gleaming orange eyes. And then I think, now maybe I had too much wine with Patrice, but I think I saw him turn and look down at me. And then I heard the sound. It was at first quiet. Then I recognized it. Quack, 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 quack. The quack, the Duckman was back. That's it.
Thank you, Claire. The spooky in our real world.